Ever since Born to Run came out, I've gotten messages from all over the world, many saying the same thing. Thank you. You changed my life. To which I reply, I know exactly what you mean. Because I was in their shoes. I'm still in their shoes, even when I'm not wearing any. Born to Run may come across as a rock'em sock'em adventure story, because let's face it, that's what you get when a mysterious loner called Caballo Blanco, the White Horse, holds a 50-mile foot race against a legendary tribe right under the nose of two murderous drug cartels. But at its heart, Born to Run is something very different. It's a story of transformation, of the climb from defeat to hope, and finally, to power. Real, life-changing power. The power to step outside and explore the world on your own 2 feet, running wherever you want, for as long as you want, whenever you feel like it. To really appreciate what a superpower that is, you have to either try it once or lose it forever. Those are the people I hear from most. Ex-runners who are overjoyed to discover they have another chance, and beginners who finally received the inspiration they need to get started. In its own rollicking way, Born to Run showed that no matter what age you are, no matter the shape you're in, or the kind of injuries and discouragement you've suffered in the past, your best days of running are still ahead. You don't stop running because you get old, as Jack Kirk, the 94-year-old trail runner known as the Dipsy Demon, liked to say. You get old because you stop running. But no one becomes a demon overnight. Running is a dance, and it takes a while to learn the steps. That's why many of the thank yous I receive end with this plea. I can't wait to begin. Where do I start? To that, I had no answer. For years, I couldn't say for sure what to do next, because I was in the middle of finding out for myself. I felt like I'd won the lottery, but I couldn't believe the money was mine. By that point, it had been more than a decade since Eric Orton had trained me for the wild escapade in Mexico's remote copper canyons that would become Born to Run. We'd seen the book ignite a worldwide boom in barefoot running and ultramarathons and the Raramuri superfood chia seeds. To me, that proved we were onto something important. People didn't just want to run, they wanted to like running. They were searching for that same sense of joy that we, mas locos, had experienced during a long, dangerous race under a blazing sun at the bottom of a canyon. Run free, the White Horse liked to declare, and that 2-word battle cry sums it up perfectly. Free isn't the same as wild, although it's close. Caballo Blanco meant free from injuries, free from stress, free from overpriced shoes and gear and race fees. Run free, like a kid busting out the door for recess, or a grouchy loner who left the modern world behind for a tiny hut and a strange but loving family among the Raramuri. But I wasn't sure I'd found it myself. I had complete faith in Eric's approach. His version of the run-free system never failed me, not for race after race, year after year, adventure after weird adventure. What I didn't have was faith in myself. In the back of my mind, I could still hear those doctors warning me that running was bad for the human body, especially bodies like mine. I couldn't shake the feeling that running wasn't meant for a guy like me. Maybe I was getting away with it for now, but one of these days, I'd pay the price. And then, on a surprisingly hot morning in late September, a different day arrived. I was at my favorite event, our local Bird in Hand half marathon. It's hosted by my Amish neighbors every year to raise money for the firefighters and first responders who raced to help the children who'd been shot in an Amish schoolhouse massacre in 2006. The Bird in Hand course is breathtaking and utterly serene. There's no blaring music, just the soft singing of a Mennonite family on their front porch at mile 2. Amish children are the aid station volunteers, offering cups outside their family farms while calling "Vater, Vater, Vater." Runners wind their way through the green hills of the Valley of No Wires, so named because none of the homes have phones or electricity. But one of those hills, I'm here to tell you, is a beast. Every year, I know it's coming, and every year, it's worse than I remember. First of all, it's just mean. Red Lane Hill catches you just past mile 10, right when you think you're on the home stretch. And it's sneaky. One moment you're looking at a gentle ribbon of road. The next, you're veering onto a hidden dirt lane knifing skyward through a cornfield. Plus, it's hot, hot, hot. There isn't a tree in sight, so the full force of the mid-morning sun smacks you right in the face. And finally, for us barefoot runners, Red Lane Hill is where we rediscover how many jebby little rocks a dirt road can hide. When I reached the top, an older guy ahead of me stopped dead in his tracks. He was pouring sweat and huffing like a dying locomotive. Suddenly, he threw his arms in the air like he'd just won Olympic gold. "Yeah!" he gasped. "Aren't we lucky?" Of all the things I was feeling at the moment, thirsty, tired, cranky, footsore, lucky was nowhere on the list. At least not until I stopped and looked around and got what he meant. That morning, we'd all gathered in a hayfield to watch the sun rise. Then we'd surged off on our own 2 legs to run as fast, as far, and as freely as we felt like. We'd climbed that hill under our own power, and we were about to feel the rush of flying back down again. It's an amazing gift. It's a superpower. And that's what Eric was offering when we first met in a public park in the middle of Denver. It took a lot of miles to silence my doubts, but standing at the top of Red Lane Hill, it finally hit me. Eric never meant to train me for a race. He was training me for a lifetime.